There we go. Okay. I've sent another article off to the MUFON Journal, and it has not been published yet. This is November 19th, 2023. So I thought I would just perhaps read it to you since it's unpublished. And it goes like this. The title is Encountering Gifts from Strangers. There's a summary, and that says, encounters with high strangeness have led us to ask ourselves about our own place in the universe. Did we think of this ourselves, or have we been skillfully guided, masterfully educated to reach this new mental plateau? The writings of an obscure mystical Eastern faith, at least those verses translated into English so far, offer insight into this conjunction created by gifts from strangers. And it's by me, Grant House. To begin, as the basic question of ufology changes from who are they to who are we, other questions arise. Let's take a second look at encounters of various types from a novel angle: education. Merriam-Webster defines talisman as a charm to avert evil and bring good fortune, or something producing apparently magical or miraculous effects. A relevant connection appears through an obscure quote. Man is the supreme talisman. Lack of a proper education hath, however, deprived him of that which he doth inherently possess. Regard man as a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom. Well, nothing much to unpack there. Let's just say this hints that, as a species, we humans may be a mere shadow of our former or future selves, which the proper education might remedy. Also, please note my earlier research into these writings, published here, the MUFON Journal, indicates that humans are just one subset of an overarching mankind. When the research refers to man, it unequivocally states that we are not alone. But this is also an article about gifts, right? We know that the descriptions of UFOs have changed over time as our own science and understanding has progressed. Each such encounter with the unknown, each new iteration of aerial vehicle, from flying wooden boat to flying seamless metallic cube inside a translucent sphere, is an educational gift. However, in our role as immature students, the appreciation of educational gifts, like next semester's class syllabus, is an acquired taste, especially when we just wanted Halloween candy. But then, in our role as parents, we often buy educational gifts for our children in order to help them grow their understanding of the world, something most would agree is important. That educational gifts are not always appreciated is a conundrum of our species. My research has found this, quote, the only real difference that exists between people is that they are at various stages of development. Some are imperfect. These must be brought to perfection. Some are asleep. They must be awakened. End of quote. This awakening sounds more than a little like disclosure, does it not? So, what is disclosure from ET's point of view? Perhaps it is giving us next semester's class syllabus, even though we just want to see shooting stars. Learning new stuff requires us to reevaluate the old stuff, what we thought we knew. Case in point, Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb's recovery of an intergalactic meteor from the ocean floor in the form of tiny metallic spheres. Now that is a gift from a stranger. That has provided data which encourages its comparison to all our old meteor specimens in museums and elsewhere. Closer to home, for me, my chance encounter with the news article from Israel dating hand-fashioned limestone spheres at an archaeological site near the Sea of Galilee at 1.4 million years old causes me to question the age of a similar hand-fashioned limestone sphere found in 2017 in a cornfield a couple miles from my place here in Western Illinois, USA. In Israel, they found about 150 of these spheres in various stages of completion, which sounds like a mom-and-pop operation manufacturing stone globes for navigating the Earth, or possibly the Moon. Making them from limestone flies in the face of planned obsolescence, a newer concept to be sure, and you might think they would be unnecessarily heavy. But like the old saying goes, what's gravity to a Baalbek priest? Or, if you theorize that time is not real, perhaps it could be a new saying I just made up. In any event, educational gifts should make us question what we think we know. Otherwise, quote, the thing is, you see what you want to see, and you hear what you want to hear, unquote. And I'll give you that one. That is what the Rockman said in a rock opera from the early 1970s. Also, we most certainly won't find the other 149 limestone spheres in this cornfield, gifts hidden under that cornfield, if nobody ever looks. Like more than one person has said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Other gifts from a stranger would include all the universal constants. We don't make them, do we? They simply exist, and we surely have not found them all. So maybe we should look in new places or literally dig deeper. Again, closer to home, I have been presented with a menagerie of items strewn meaningfully along the hiking trail that I mow through the middle of my farm. I have been presented with multiple twin tree breaks and splits, strings of old keys, turtle shells, rocks set in a row, and small animal hides turned inside out. 3 so far. It's a pattern. Others have been reported. But, referring to the animal hides, they're still attached to the skeleton of the animal at the nose and licked clean of everything edible down to the red-colored bones. There are too many gifts on a 1-mile-long trail to be random. It makes one ponder, as do recent close encounters with friendly owls, a 5-minute display of nearly stationary, erratically intermittent strobe lights of varying intensity that finally flew south at epic speed, meaning the final strobe light flashed appeared as a streak. Next, a few nights ago at this writing, the first week of November 2023, coming home after dark, we drove by something strange standing uncomfortably close to the 4-lane highway, and learned a neighbor had the same experience on the same stretch of highway about a week earlier. All 3 of us described the same being, and the description doesn't even matter here, does it? The educational lesson to me from the above, ask and ye shall receive, aka be careful what you wish for. I have compared all these strange gifts to what I thought I knew, and behold, I didn't really know that much. And you're right, I still don't. And that is humility, as long as I am not bragging about it. So, this might be a good place to remind myself that several speakers at the 2023 MUFON International Symposium seemed to agree that owls and UFOs, and I would add their educational gifts, are unimportant in and of themselves. Quote, they are merely symbols on a door, and I'm quoting Mike Cleland here, that we need to open. They are symbols on a door that we need to open. The gifts may help answer the question, who are they? And humans will surely study them in that regard. But we need to also investigate how they relate to the question, who are we? Then my research found this, quote, man's greatness lieth in humility, and his abiding glory is found in lowliness, self-effacement, and servitude to the servants of the Lord. This verily is the greatest attainment in this resplendent day. End of quote. Okay, maybe I'm bragging just a little. In any event, that quote is a relevant existential oxymoron if ever there was one. One that our favorite strangers may be trying to teach us through the educational gifts they generously amaze us with from time to time, so that we may truly become supreme talismans just like them. So that's the end of the article. And I don't know if they will print it or not. We'll see. So that's all for now. I'll talk to you later.